As someone who enjoys the gaming world, going into the media, looking up what games are going to be coming out, what systems are going to be coming out, one time when I was going through Facebook, I found an ad called Zirenia for a new gaming system that I just had to look into, and I have to say, I am super glad that I did, because what came to me, I am not disappointed at all with. So, this gaming system took about 2.5 weeks to get here. I mean, it came from China, so I had to go from international airport to another international airport and then get to the United States. So, I understand the travel thing, but what I loved about it is that it was so, punctual about travel time. When you would go to click on track my package, they would have 9:03 a.m. arrived at China International Airport, 9:02, 9:10 p.m. Customs in USA, things like that. It was awesome how on top things were. Plus, it was only $80, and I got it finally last Tuesday, which I just fell in love with immediately. The package itself came in a little nice-sized carrying box. I mean, the system is just a little flash drive, which is why I think it's beautiful. But what it also came with was a controller like this. Obviously, it's a complete knockoff of the PlayStation 5 controller. It's so much lighter, of course it would be. It needs 2 AA batteries to play. But what's really nice about this is that it comes with 2 controllers. So when I'm playing the games on this, I can invite a friend over, I can have my sisters come over, I can have my nephews or nieces come over to play games. It's awesome! This game came with a flash drive that holds 40,000 games, 128 gigabytes of data on this flash drive. It's awesome. So, yeah, I'm really impressed with the product that I got. It was only $80, and I have to say, with what I've gotten so far, I do not regret spending that money. Now, the instructions were in Japanese, or not Japanese, Chinese of course, and on the other side they did have English, but still they said nothing how to hook it up. And I'll admit, I'm not the most tech-savvy guy in the world. It came with a USB cord and an HDMI cord. I knew what the HDMI cord was for, because in the ad, that's all you needed it for. But with the USB cord, I was kind of stumped. But I finally figured out how to hook it up, and I have enjoyed it since. I mean, I love when you first boot it up. I mean, it's so fun to scroll through these games, because the music that plays scrolling through these games, it honestly is very cool. It makes me feel like I'm at a Tom Petty concert. It's all groovy, or that one song Stuck in the Middle by that one band has an 80s tone to it. It's really fun. I am not gonna be bored looking for games to play with this little flash drive. I mean, it has the PlayStation 1 built into it, it has Atari built into it, it has both the Game Boy and Game Boy Colors built into it. So there are so many options with each system having so many different games. I mean, I've actually gotten hooked on a couple games. Obviously, I've only had it for maybe a week or 2 now, but I have been searching through these games, and it's awesome what ones they have. There's a Hunter x Hunter game, and there's some great games. I love this one game Batman game on the Game Boy. It's black and white. Joker has put these explosive bombs in these teddy bears, so you're playing as Batman, trying to go through these sewers and stuff, fighting Joker's gang as they throw exploding teddy bears at you. It's a really fun game, and there are other games like that that are just as fun. It's amazing. I finally get to play Mario, Super Mario, old school style when it's 8-bit, and I see why people loved it. I mean, it's so much fun playing as Mario, jumping over these Goombas and turtles, hitting these mushrooms, getting bigger. Once you get hit by a turtle, you go smaller, going to these castles, jumping on these flags, going underground. It's like, this is what I wanted my childhood to be, and thanks to this Zirenia flash drive, I can finally live the childhood that I always wanted. So this was money well spent, and thank you, China, for making Zirenia such a cool system. I had no idea how much I actually like PlayStation games. Like, since this system has the PlayStation 1 on it, I can go through, click on it, and go through all these games. And do you guys remember that one show that used to play on Saturday mornings, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight? Well, there's now a fighting game on that, which is for PlayStation 1. And it's kind of hard to, like, know how to set it up because everything's in kanji in it, but it's really fun once you actually learn how to actually get into the fighting of it. I mean, playing Dragon Knight versus Sting or Wing Knight or any other Kamen Riders, drawing those cards and using the weapons like their swords, or using the Final Vent, which was awesome. In Japan, it's Final Vento. But this was a really fun game. I don't know why, but Kamen Rider's really cool, and to be able to play a game like this, I thought it was awesome. Even though it's really bad graphic-wise, it's still a really fun game. I got hooked on this one. Disney in this game system actually has some pretty fun games. Like, there's a black and white Aladdin game where you play as Aladdin going through the market, and he has different fighting techniques. Like, he actually has a sword, and he's fighting all these guards, and he's using apples as ammo to throw them at enemies that are far away, or if he gets close, he can slash him up. Like, his health is symbolized by the steam from a genie's lamp. It's actually a really cool game. I liked it. I thought Disney did a good job with that one. Also, there's a Mickey Mouse game that is actually really fun. Like, it's based in Steamboat Willie time, so the background is black and white, but you play as Mickey Mouse, who is in color, which is really cool, because the graphics actually look really good to this. Mickey's like running along this dock. He can fight enemies like these birds and characters from Steamboat Willie. Also, if you fall in the water or take enough health, he'll fall to the ground with a flower with X's for eyes. But it's a really cool game. Disney put a lot of thought into their old-time games, and I enjoyed it. If you like Disney, definitely check out this system, because it has the fun Mickey Mania, which is Mickey's Steamboat on Steamboat Willie, and the black and white Aladdin game. Both are super fun. And then PlayStation had a Garfield game, which is awesome. I mean, the story to itself is really fun. Like, Garfield's just watching TV, Odie scares him, and Garfield gets sucked into the TV. It's really cool. Like, the very first section is Garfield going through this graveyard. He's fighting ghosts and skeletons and bats, and sometimes he'll fall into holes where he has to solve these, like, puzzle things so he can activate this elevator that'll bring him back up to the being above ground. And then you're fighting Odie as Dracula. That was a really fun game. Like, I didn't expect a Garfield game to be so much fun, but it actually is. Plus, it's kind of creepy when Garfield runs out of life. Like, the TV will swallow him and then laugh. It's creepy, but it's cool. That Garfield game's actually pretty fun. Then we got Pepsi Man. I actually learned about Pepsi Man from the Game Grumps, but it was on PlayStation 1. And this game, if you want a good laugh from any game, play Pepsi Man. Because it's just this, well, it's Pepsi Man, just a buff dude in the colors of silver and blue and red and white. And he's running along the street collecting Pepsi cans, jumping over construction workers, diving under trucks, and you're trying to reach these vending machines in time. It's a fun game. It made me laugh. Plus, in the third level, there's a part where Pepsi Man gets hit by a truck, he hits a billboard, and he's running away from a giant Pepsi can that got knocked loose. So it's like Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark scene, you know, and he's being chased by the boulder. But Pepsi Man made me laugh. That was a fun game. Really fun. Check Pepsi Man out. If any games don't sound interesting that I talked about, you gotta at least check Pepsi Man out, because that one's a hoot. With all the games that I've talked about, I think probably there are some that are really bad. There's like one that's Donald Duck's Adventure. I didn't like that one at all. It was kind of weird. There are others that I don't want to play. Like, it has Crash on PlayStation. It has Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3. I played those on Nintendo Switch. I didn't like them. I might give them a try on PlayStation 1 with this system. I might not like it though, because like, it'll be the same game, just worse graphics. But if you want a game just to relax, this has pinball. And different types of pinball, like there's a deep sea one, there's an outer space one, there's a one based in hell. Any type of pinball machine, it's got it. So if you just want a relaxing game, check out the pinball one, cause sometimes we need a break from the hustle and bustle of games. That's why I love it. Pinball's fun. There is actually also a Simpsons game on PlayStation 1. I forget about the title of it, but it is pretty cool. I mean, it has the voices of the characters from the show. Like, it has Homer Simpson saying the title of the game, and then you open up with a little cutscene of the game, along with, like, it has the voice of Bart in this game, and what it does, it has him on this wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on is the virtuality that he goes to. Virtual Bart! That's what it is. But what I did was, what area I was in was like, Springfield is destroyed and Bart's on this motorcycle throwing water balloons at these bullies, trying to avoid other obstacles, avoid being hit by a bus, things like that. It was a pretty cool game. Another area was Bart's a pig in Krusty Burger, avoiding being chopped up. That was cool. Virtual Bart is definitely a game to look into. If you're a fan of The Simpsons like I am, I bet you'll love this game. So, yeah, look into Virtual Bart if you have a hankering for a Simpsons game, because it's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Definitely, if you're bored of your old systems, like you're bored with your PlayStation 5, I don't know why, because it's really fun. If you're bored with your Nintendo Switch, or your old systems, if you just want a new game to play, definitely go on to Zirenia.com. They're not sponsoring me, I just gotta say that. But drop $80 to get this. It's definitely worth the 2.5 week wait, because you will love this. If you don't though, you gotta get a Roku TV, because they have the HDMI and USB ports that you'll need to actually get the system hooked up to actually play these games, but drop 400 bucks, get a really small one, and drop another 80 to get the system, because you will not regret it. Anyway, guys, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and just leave a comment what you loved about this video, what you loved about these games that I mentioned, if you played them. Anyway, we'll see you next time.